Okay, guys, good evening. Thanks for being here. And I know we've got some who are going to be rewatching, so hello to you too. Kendall is going to be joining us as promised. She's going to be sharing some of her great insights about just what has worked so far with her in helping people develop to silver, even though we don't always use that language, just helping friends get their products paid for, helping friends feel better with the product. So I'll let her talk about that. It's going to be great here in just a minute. I want to do some quick announcements. One second. I'm getting some weird feedback. Okay. I want to do just some quick announcements. First of all, I think everyone is aware of the opportunity to earn an iPad this month. So it's the 6 ambassadors with welcome packs and subscriptions on. It can be any of the welcome packs. We talked about that last week in our special Zoom night. Holler if you want that recording and didn't get a chance to listen. So excited about this. We have got multiple people on this team who have already added 2 and 3 folks already. So well on the way, and it's only the 11th of March. So woohoo, excited about just celebrating that. So on that note, I also wanted to say I have been trying to do some more fun things for our team and for those of you who are continually building your business, right? So a minimum focus is 3 people every month. If you add 3 new ambassadors every month, your business is going to grow. So it may be your first month or maybe your 10th month. That's still, like, legitimately, guys, still my goal. So I have these fun little different sets of earrings for every 3 ambassadors that this is any levels, anyone on the team, like no restrictions. Anyone who adds 3 people, you are going to get to pick. There's some, like, I don't know if y'all can see these. I can take pictures and send them. There's some vintagey looking ones. There's definitely some fancy ones. If you were just like, oh gosh, no, like earrings, I don't have my ears pierced or they're not my thing, I will send you a gift card instead. It is just something simple and small and fun. I love that tangible thing that you can wear some earrings and be like, hey, I'm like actively working. I'm growing my business. I'm doing some things, put myself out there. So just a fun little applaud yourself, but don't diminish. Like, obviously you're not working for the earrings, but they are just something I want you to know. I thought about just surprising everyone, but I was like, well, maybe some people would want to know. So there's that. And last announcement before Kendall comes and shares. There is a 7-day slim challenge that is starting on March 25th. Okay, so this would be perfect for any of your customers who have not tried slim or any of your potentials. All right, invite them into this group. We kind of ran into some, like, it got confusing last time when we had like some new ambassadors in there. So that's why I say, like, let's focus on, anyone who's not tried slim before and anyone just a new potential. You can also, I'll just keep it at that. So March 25th, 7-day slim challenge. We are posting as of today IPA challenges that you can be doing, little things you can do every single day to help build up, give you some verbiage to invite folks to this challenge. You can sell them it out of your own stash. My goal is actually to help people get started and buy a bag of slim, and then they just start off with the 7 days. Hello, Jesse. So just want to throw that out there. It's a really great tool, a fun thing if you've had some family or your friends who are wondering, what is this stuff? And, want to try it for a short period of time. Okay. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you your beloved. Kendall has been in this business long enough to have taught me quite a few things. So she's got some great strengths here in this area of creating culture, helping people feel seen and valued and loved. She's just really good at building up others. And I think that's why she sees some fruit in this area, I'll say. So, okay, we're going to let you take it away, Kendall.
Hey, everybody. So thank you, Nicole, for maybe I'm good at inspiring others because all I'm doing is duplicating that from you. So thank you for helping me realize that this was doable, even in you asking me to speak tonight. So if you know me, you know I can be long-winded, but I don't want to dishonor any of our time. So the first question when I was thinking about this, I have notes, but I can't access them because I'm in my car. And so that's all right. I'm going to go on my memory. Why do you want to be silver? So you just signed up, you got your products, you're stoked. Why do you want to be silver? There's so many reasons. Let's make it as basic as possible. You want to get your products paid for. Why do you want to be silver? What is silver? It's just signing up 3 people with you. It's getting 3 friends to do this with you. You don't have to build an empire. By all means, if you want to build an empire, we'll link arms with you and help you do that. It's super fun. I love working this business. If you just want to get your products paid for, it's just getting your 3 friends. So that's one reason. Another reason is because this is not a short-term thing. This is not a quick fix. This is about what is the benefits of long-term decrease in inflammation, long-term tight blood glucose levels, long-term gut health. So when you buy your combo and you just try it for a month, if you're super blessed and you experience some health benefits, I'm just going to say I'm super jealous because it took me 6 to 8 weeks before I started feeling good. But some people do feel good that month. And then that's it. Because they're like, well, I can't do $100. I get it. I do Dave Ramsey. We're on a tight budget. We're trying to do debt free. And I made this part of my budget. And it's because of Dave Ramsey that I decided to come back and work the business. You do not have to work the business, but you can just get your products paid for. So that's silver. What's another reason you want to go silver? They just came out the middle of January with what's called Fast Start Silver. Fast Start Silver, when you go silver and you get 3 people on your team with welcome packs and their subscriptions on, you usually just get a $100 bonus, which I actually, when I got that $100 bonus, I wasn't like, all I did was get a $100 bonus. I was like, oh my God, I got a $100 bonus. But guess what? If you do it in 30 days, you get a $200 bonus. If you do it in 14 days, you get a $300 bonus. And that's not talking about the other portions of that, the perks that they have. It's $420 in the end. And it doesn't all come at once. $420, products paid for, and you get to invest in your health for the long run. That's why you want to be silver. What is the second question I asked myself? Please don't let it stop with you. I want you to expand your thinking and think forward and think deep. Not even for business sake, but for your friend's sake. So you just went silver. Don't say, oh, I got my cousin, my aunt, and my best friend. Woohoo! You need to say, I am so blessed that I just made $420. I feel like it's only fair if I offer that to my friends and I offer to help them do it. But I'm brand new. How do I do that? You're going to do it with your sponsor that's active, okay? You're not going to do this by yourself. So that's the second question is why do your people that you signed up need to be silver? One, so they can get their products paid for. Because again, it's about the long run. It's about the consistency of the products. And you guys, I am a cardiac nurse. I was just talking with the head of my division. I didn't talk about plexus. I didn't say a single thing about plexus. And he was talking about the new cardiac research and inflammation and blood glucose levels. And that's what he was talking about. The diets that revolve around that and how they affect cardiovascular disease. So, and I didn't say a single thing about plexus. So you might think, oh, well, why didn't you? Well, it just wasn't an appropriate situation at the time. But it's called emotional intelligence. But sorry, I've got allergies. But either way, it just goes to show that it's about the long run of decreasing inflammation in the body, not just trying plexus for a month inconsistently, right? Because we all struggle with consistency sometimes. Anyhow, that being said, that's why you want them to be silver. And if you want to talk business-wise, statistically, if somebody signs up, am I like being too like intense and direct? It's just like, I just got off of like a 13-hour shift. So it's just how I am. Like I'm like in mode. So why, for a business sake, when somebody signs up and tries Plexus, if they do not have a subscription on, they have an 80% chance of never ordering again. That is the data. That is the statistic. And you just signed somebody up, been there, done that. You just signed somebody up that never committed to healing, giving their body a chance to heal. And they're going to walk away because they didn't have their subscription on. They just pretty much, sorry, my phone just rang and it was the unit. So I'm like, so my brain just went, you just signed somebody up that's never going to try it again. And they're going to walk away and say, oh, Plexus didn't work for me. How many people have you heard that never gave it a shot and said, oh my gosh, I got diarrhea and it made my stomach hurt and I was nauseated, and because they were detoxing. And it just didn't work. It didn't work for me because we didn't help them get their products paid for and stick around for the long haul to like experience the blessings that come out on the other side of healing your body. So that's why they need to be silver. So quickly, what are the tangible steps and what do we do? Because I only have 6 minutes left, right? Okay, I'm good. So what are we going to do? There's a lot of steps, and let me see if I can actually pull it up because I actually had it written to Nicole. Can you still see me, Nicole? Can you turn your audio on really quick?
Yes, we can still see you. Yep.
Okay, so when I ask somebody to join me, and this is not just me, this is me saying this is something you can do. Again, I kind of go with it. I don't invite just anybody to do the business with me because the truth is I want to have a group of folks who have emotional intelligence and who either I want to work with them or they've really been laid on my heart. And I really feel the need, like I'm supposed to approach them. So, invitation, the first person that joined my team, it looked like this. Hey, this was me texting her. This was me not knowing anything about how to share anything. This was just me thinking, okay, I can go silver. Who do I want to do this with? I literally said, who do I want to do this with? Who will be fun or who will be good at this? And I texted her. I said, hey, girl, do you want to do this Plexus thing with me? That was it. And I think she said, yeah, what's Plexus? And she did it with me for a long time. And we had fun while we did it. And we went through challenges. So that's what it could look like. Or it could look like when you sign somebody up. So this is us thinking forward. This is no longer us thinking, how do I sign somebody up? This is you sign somebody up. Then you can ask them the questions. This is in a Power Hour. Whitney Roar. Is that how you say her name, Nicole? Whitney War?
Yeah, I think so. War. Uh-huh.
Okay, so she used some verbiage that I loved. I never had said it like this before. I was saying the same concept, but I never said it like this before. Would you be open? I'm like going by memory. Would you be open to allowing me help you find a few friends that want to try this with you? And I mean, if it doesn't take too much time and if it doesn't take too much time, I forget exactly what she said, but the whole, would you be open to allowing me to help you get your products paid for essentially, or help you find a few friends? I literally said that to somebody the other day on my team. I was like, I want to try that verbiage because I've been wanting to ask her this. And she pretty much was like, yeah, sure. I'm open to learning about that. So always think forward. Next is when you sign somebody up, I should back up. You don't always have to make a post. I've got a girl on my team right now who she is not on social media. She made a list of 20 friends and she started calling them. And she had 2 of them over to her house and she signed those 2 people up. So that's what that looked like. Nicole helped me out. And so how did Nicole help me out? A 3-way message. So you can make that first post. Jesse, that's what you did, right? Sorry, I just spoke to you. Like I've been like thinking but I just dropped to you. Jesse made a first post. She actually got a lot of activity on it. And I should have did a better job helping her follow up with all of those people. But Jessie pretty much went and she got her best friend and another friend who she's super close with who had the same goals as she did to improve her health. She had one of them over to her house and showed him her product. She talked about it. And so, yeah, it can just be that. Sometimes we think it's all social media. It's both. It's both. So that's what that can look like. But when you sign somebody up, you're going to start a 3-way chat with your sponsor, your nearest active sponsor. You're going to connect them, not just in a 3-way chat, but to the team page, tag them in some post, get them active, or you can have a separate message thread because I love culture. I love community. I love support. We all need accountability. Did you know successful people need accountability? Successful people need accountability. So I need accountability. So that's something you can do. And when we inspire them that you can do this too, that's what I hear the most. I have so many people on my team who say, I just can't do it. I just can't start a conversation with people like you can. I'm like, my upline who makes millions of dollars, she makes millions. She's an introvert. And she's scared to death of public speaking. And now she's a John Maxwell certified speaker. Like what? Like it's limiting belief. So you have to help them realize you can do this too. So that's the first step. Then once they start having these conversations, they make a post. They're going to follow up with people in the post. They're going to reach out to their list of 20 that they made. And then as people respond, because not everyone will respond, you're going to connect them in a 3-way chat. And you're going to offer that same blessing to them. You don't have to know all the answers. You don't have to know all the products. I still don't know everything about MetaBurn and adaptogens, like at all. But I'm going to research it because I'm curious, but you don't have to because we have so many resources. So, and then when they join, you're going to celebrate the crap out of them. You're going to celebrate the crap out of them on the team page. And when they go silver, you're going to celebrate the crap out of them there because I love a good celebration. And I get more excited when somebody else on my team goes silver than when I myself went silver. So, yeah. I'm trying to think. Is that it, Nicole? I got out of my notes.
I love it. Do you guys have questions?
Oh,
y'all who are here.
I have one last thing. Sorry. Last point was if you go silver or if somebody else on your team goes silver and that you do not end there, you need to stop and ask them, is this something you want to be consistent with? Because some people do want more than that. Some people are like, wow, I went silver this month. I guess I could do that again next month. Or I would like to start learning what it looks like to be intentional and consistent in sharing at a healthy pace for my family. And that is when you as a leader shift gears. That is when you as the silver shift gears. It is literally a mental shifting of gears. I don't know how else to explain it. And that's when I start like probably feeding people more training about posting.
Yeah. So kind of from the perspective you're sharing, Kendal, and like Gail and Jesse, you both went through this experience. This is like perfect. I mean, it sounds like it's casual. It's it's not that big of a deal. You're just like, hey, let's do this. I'm going to walk you through it. And, just kind of feed them next step, next step, next step. And then you also, after their silver is when you have more of that, like, so what are your actual goals? Like with Plexus, like, would you want to do more? And that might be where you actually say a word like business or like goals or like what is next, because at the beginning it's just kind of like, let's get you here, is that, y'all tell me, Gail and Jesse, is that how did it feel to you? I saw Gail was like nodding, like, yes, looked like maybe casual.
No magic answer.
Yeah.
No magic answer.
No, just like seriously, it's kind of a learning, gleaning thing. Yeah. Oh, sorry. You're unmuted now. Whoa, trying to unmute you. Man. There you go.
Am I muted?
You're unmuted. Good. We can hear you.
I was agreeing because it was very casual. And are you talking about the three-way with you guys?
Or just any of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it flowed really well. It was hard at one point just getting with Kendall, but she's really busy.
Yeah.
But it did flow easily.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the individuals, and I'm thinking of Phyllis Kendall the one time, was really comfortable with the three-way. Do you remember that conversation?
Yeah, the three-way conversation, the three-way chat. And so mom went silver primarily face-to-face over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And same with Jesse.
Yeah.
Face-to-face over the phone. So that was primarily how. And so yes, it is harder for me to be available. So a lot of people do three-way chats, but I think there's almost more success with the phone.
Mm-hmm.
It is harder to coordinate, but I think there is more follow through, conversing success.
And I wasn't saying
being real.
way. Yeah. I wasn't saying that. Yeah. It was because I thought it went really well.
Yeah. No, you're allowed to be real here.
Yeah.
It is hard to coordinate, with like three-way phone calls is what you're saying.
Real time. Like, as opposed to like, we have a three-way chat going on and not like most of the time people don't respond right then and there. It's like conversation happening throughout the day or throughout the weekend, this three-way chat, and people just respond when they're available. You do coordinate 3 people's time or 4 people's time sometimes. Because when let's say I signed with Jessie and right away Erica, one of her people wanted to help somebody, that's not Jessie and 2 people below her because Jessie's brand new. That would be 4 of us talking.
Yeah.
And that happens. That's happened to me, which is great and awesome. And I love it. But you better believe it's usually like a message thread because it has been like really hard getting us all to coordinate times.
Yep. Yeah. I love it. No, I think that's some of it too, is like we all feel a little more, sometimes you could feel more pressure, but also when you're sitting and you're talking with someone, you're you, when you're like creating a Facebook, typing out a message or making a post on Facebook, there's this sense of kind of like, well, what do I say? And you can lose your voice a little bit, but I think that you're just so genuine when you're on the phone. And I would agree that messages, talking to someone, worst case scenario, just some voice messages back and forth if you just can't get things on the same page. But I agree. I think it's awesome that you guys did it. And I bet that's a piece of why that's working. I think that's, or why it worked for you. It doesn't have to be the same for every person, but it obviously worked for you guys. So yay, go you guys. Okay. Thank you so much just for sharing those things. Kendall, go ahead. Yeah.
And say, Jessie, I would love to hear your perspective actually of the whole you signing up and then signing 3 people. Like, what was your perspective of everything? Like Nicole said, I actually want your honesty and transparency. Even if you're like, I don't feel like I was pushy, but if in your eyes I was pushy, I actually want to know that stuff. So I can, I want to know like what went through your head.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because I'm a terrible millennial and I'm bad at technology.
Me too. Like I know I'm a millennial, but I'm actually all smart.
Yes, but no, I would not say that you were pushy. You just knew. I think you saw potential in a situation and helped me see that potential, and it was very helpful because I kind of was roaming around. It was like drinking from a fire hose, to be honest. I was just roaming around like not, like I think this seems like what I'm supposed to do, and then I run it by you, and then with this, like again, it was a 3-way chat. That was perfect. I think especially with Amy, she's more skeptical of new people, So that's why if you remember, it was very like I eased that one in because she just she just doesn't like, she's not bubbly. She's actually kind of stoic. So I knew she might just be just like, well, I overwhelm her, so I can only imagine that your bubbly personality, it was like, maybe we should just take it slow. But she was fine. I mean, it worked out. It worked out great. And we just actually were talking maybe 2 days ago about adjusting when she was taking stuff, because she's like really discouraged about things not working. And I told her, I was like, because she wants results like right now. And I told her, like you had mentioned, it takes some time for some people and more than others. I felt energy immediately. Like, I guess I'm lucky or fortunate, whatever, but, and I kind of felt bad because she saw that and was like, oh, and she's kind of struggling through it a little bit. So I'm probably going to ping on you in the 3-way message to talk with her, because I'm not sure what else to give her. But like I said, I wouldn't say that you were overbearing. It was good. You pushed me, which was good. But I would say it was very helpful. There you go. Yeah. So
That's awesome. I love it. Thank you for sharing that, Jessie. That it's kind of fun to hear the because we can forget what does it feel like to be new? What does it feel like to be starting, on your own health journey, and like, well, shoot, I was just thinking about doing this for me, but like, yeah, okay, I could do it with some friends. So I love that. Thank you. Okay, if you guys are cool with it, I wanted to transition a little bit into just thinking about intentionality with our actions over the next week. It could be the rest of the month. So are you guys cool with that? I know some of you are here to support Kendal, and I love that, but I wanted to kind of push this in as I know there were some other teammates who are going to be watching and wanted to have some things. So intentionality. If you don't know me, one of my core values, I have 2 core values, and one of them is intentional action. I'm a reflective person. I like to look back and go, what are the things that I've learned from this experience? And I like to go, where do I want to be? And I want to have intentional action. So I just wanted to bring this to our attention and grab a notebook, if you have your calendar with you, to be able to jot some things down. So I don't know, did anyone come? We were talking about posting on social media, but this could be the same for, I'm kind of adjusting because you don't have to be a regular social media poster to have value in being intentionally active. Like, you guys are all here. You have a leader. You're a leader. You have someone who is underneath you, who you're guiding through their own health journey. And I think that our intentionality can bless them as we do that. So that's kind of why I'm shifting that. So if some of you guys are listening and go, I thought we were supposed to come with some of our social media posts. All of this is about, let's be intentional. What do we want to, how do we want to reach out to people? What are things that we can do that can add value to the people we reach out to? Okay. So, anyone have thoughts on that? If you're like, I want to talk about social media posting, or I want to just kind of talk about taking care of the people that I have. Oh, Taylor. Maybe A, social media, B. Okay, so go ahead.
I was watching Bob Heilig training this morning. I was actually listening to it on my way to work. And he gave an assignment to us in the Legacy Leaders Academy. And he said, I just wanted to do a little plug for his academy because I love it. And he said, I want you to go back through your Facebook, scroll. Are you a giver or a taker? Mm-hmm. Are you giving people value? Mm-hmm. Or are you expecting to gain something from a post you make? He said, if you promote yourself or your business or your product in any post, and if it is greater than 30% of your post, you are a taker. I loved that. I love that he is somebody that is about growing your business, but he says you better be giving people and thinking about others. So I scrolled through my posts and I was at like 45%. I was like, oh, I'm a taker. So I was like, I am so excited, actually. I'm like, yay, I can post less plexus so that I'm a giver. But I love posting about the business. I love posting about self-help. I love posting about personal development. So it's kind of like mixed, though. It's like, it's kind of, like value that I love, but it is about my business. So
yeah, that I know. It's like when you share a story of something that's inspiring or you're kind of applauding someone else, like, is that taking that? In a lot of ways that can be offering hope, it's giving hope or congratulating a friend or kind of being like, gosh, this is what's possible. Like, this is someone's journey of their inner growth, in their own head, think I couldn't possibly do something like this. And then, or whatever. Yeah. Sometimes those stories can
because we're not selling lip gloss.
Yeah. Right. And I think that's the nice line. We can kind of that can be a little unclear sometimes because we're like, well, we know that there is a lot of value inherent in just the products themselves. Yeah. That's really good. Yeah. So I think that whether you are reaching out to folks who are just starting on products or whether you are connecting with potentials, that's a really good percentage of things, to kind of follow, like what you're saying, Kendall, like, wow, what if 70% of everything was just, how can I do something that can bless someone else, that can be, good for them? Like, I can't remember if it was Bob Heilig as well. So here are some thoughts, just to kind of give you some tangibles. If you have a good idea of something you'd like to do or something you'd like to share, jot it down somewhere, make a reminder, put it somewhere. I don't know if you collect your thoughts or you collect your focus for the week or the month somewhere, but jot those things down, okay? Like the drawing, like giving away the earrings for those of you who had 3 people. Like that's just an idea. Just jot it down, right? Record it somewhere. A lot of times you also get in these areas, kind of get into a zone of, I would say intentionality. Maybe some people would say productivity, just kind of you're like, ooh, things are firing, right? Like, ooh, I had a really good idea, or oh my gosh. In an endless world of time and limits, I would love to bless my customers with I'd love to send them a story every week or, tag them in something positive or just whatever. Jot those things down because when your juices are flowing like that, you're likely you could come up with everything that you want to do for your business or to share with others in that time. Okay. So simply, this is my really sophisticated system, y'all. Here's my planner for the week. Here's my little section where I write in post ideas. Okay. It also holds me accountable if I'm sharing on social media. It holds me accountable to what Kendall's saying, that 30% of I want to be sharing about my business and Plexus only 30% of the time. That's actually not that many posts. So I want to make sure that they are quality and that what I'm sharing is actually the message that's really important that I want to share. And that has been challenging me lately. I feel a lot of pressure on myself because it's, when we started off doing this business years ago, people posted 4 or 5 times a day, so one of those was Plexus and that was great. And the rest you were sharing about your own life. Whereas now it really is that quality over quantity. So I would love to hear, oh, and if you're messaging, say you have a customer or an ambassador who's not active on Facebook or not very active on our team page, how can you add value to them and kind of continue to do some things as you think of them? Okay. So something I did today, I have a new customer. He's not really on Facebook. And I think socially he really struggles with interactions, but I know he loves information. And so I, reached out to him and said, hey, you're added in your second ProBio 5 and BioCleanse. How's that going? Around day 7 to 10, most people start to see a detox. So take a check out at this list and give me a thumbs up if you're seeing any of these symptoms, right? So I sent him, just copied something from our team page about detox, and I sent it to him. So literally all he has to do is give me a thumbs up. I'm actually not going to make him get specific about his symptom because I think that's going to make him feel uncomfortable. And so if he just says, yeah, I'm seeing some detox, I'm going to celebrate. And then I'm going to send him some other information, probably another article linked in there of what he can do to help him through detox. Okay. So don't overlook those simple things, right? To like give people opportunity to feel normal and kind of go, so this is like a normal thing, you know, detox is normal. Something else I did recently with someone is we'd had a conversation and I listened to a podcast and I sent it to her and I was like, I don't know, you know, I haven't listened all the way through, but the first 20 minutes of this just kind of made me think of our conversation, and boom, send it over, you know. Just the thought that you have thought of someone can be meaningful to them, that you took the time to share that with them. And so that's kind of what I mean with, I don't know. So I'd love to hear, we've got like 2.5 minutes here. The rest of the time is y'all's. What are some things that have either meant something to you on the receiving end, or that you would like to do, or you want to jot down in your notes? Like, I want to make sure I do that this month for my people. No pressure. It is 9:08 at night, so it's like totally fine.
I'm going to continue. I had started on I think it was Tuesdays or Wednesdays and Fridays, Wonderful Wednesday, or no, it was Wellness Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I forget what I called Fridays, but I have gotten away from that and just posting, like I did a thing on menopause, and I got a lot of response with that. And I just want to get back to that, be more intentional with women my age and, you know, this season of life, what they're going through and their needs.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. That does add a lot of value. Cool.
If that's what you're referring
Absolutely.
to.
Yeah. Love it. No, that's great. Okay. So it's for those of you who are like newer to Zoom, we have 40 minutes and then it cuts us off, which is really convenient because it keeps us accountable. So you always know it's only going to be 40 minutes. So if that kind of cuts off, you kind of know what happened there. I love.
Okay.
Love it. So, yeah, I think I love, Kendal, thank you so much for what you shared with us tonight. Thank you for taking time to kind of prepare your thoughts and communicate them with us. You're so valuable, and we really value hearing from you. So I'm glad we got to spend most of our time hearing from you. And yeah, connect on the team page for other announcements and any other questions. Y'all have a good night.